Former ambassador from Israel to the United States, Michael Oren, wrote a great article detailing the background of the Iranian attack on Israel. And you won't believe who he puts the blame on. Barrack Hussein Obama. Claire Lopez, you sent me an article by former Israeli ambassador to the United States. He was originally an American, Michael Oren. Very well thought out article on what caused the Iranian attack to take place. What's the backstory? He wrote a very impressive article about it. And he goes back all the way to Obama. And he says this is on Obama, because Obama switched American policy to Iran. Remember, he wanted an open dialogue. He wanted a opening of communication lines. He pushed through the JCPOA. It was supposed to prevent Iranian terrorism. They weren't going to export terror through their proxies. They were going to stop shooting in American ships. No more Americans would die. They would never get a nuclear weapon. Every single thing Obama said turned out to be the opposite. And as you just said, astutely, the people that shaped Obama's policy, wrote it and implemented it, are now Biden's people. I mean, the same people that did a horrible job before. And some of them don't have any justification, as far as I can see, for having anything to do with national American foreign policy. There's so many of them, like, Malley, for example. He put together the Iran nuclear deal. Biden appointed him to do it again. He got kicked out for violating secrecy laws. He apparently has been, if not a double agent for Iran, very close to it. Robert Malley is still there. What do you make of Oren's article? And is he right? Does this go all the way back to Obama and a continuation now with Biden, with a hiccup in the middle when Trump was there?
Well, that was a very insightful piece that former Ambassador Michael Oren wrote. And he's spot on, of course. What he attributes the current situation to, more than anything else, I guess a couple things. One, there is a mindset among those at the top levels of U.S. national security, in particular at the Department of State, that diplomacy can solve everything, that concessions and conciliatory attitudes and compromise is all one need offer for all the rogues of the earth to, come along and say, oh, yes, of course, you're right. Let's meet in the middle. So that's one. But then the corollary to that he writes about is that the policies of both the Obama and the Biden administration, same people, as you say, is one of appeasement towards Iran. It is sending them $100 bills wrapped in plastic on pallets. It is refusing to enforce the sanctions, which now have allowed gazillions of dollars to flow into Iranian coffers. It is the refusal to enforce any of the sanctions or apply waivers to them.
Biden's deterrence, Claire. I mean, you're right on. He was asked in the White House a couple weeks ago, what would you say to Iran, who is saying they're going to strike Israel? Remember his brilliantly memorized response?
One word, wasn't it?
Don't. Well, they did. And we're such a paper tiger, we, the United States. They're laughing at us. They have no intimidation effect, the Iranians, from the White House. I don't think they have any respect for American foreign policy. Now, we helped shoot down a bunch of missiles, thank goodness, as did apparently France and Great Britain and even Jordan. But that's not a victory. That's defense without response.
Yeah, absolutely. There is no deterrence. We have none left. And I think part of the proof of that is that just very recently, within the last few days, Iranian terror proxies in Iraq and Syria, the Hashd-e-Shaabi groups, have begun once again, for the first time since early February this year, to take aim at, attack American bases and personnel in the Middle East. There is no deterrence.